Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have this LeTv LE1S, which is their budget-oriented Android phone. And in this video, we'll be doing the camera review. And I'll also be comparing some of the samples with this Lenovo K4 Note because the pricing is very similar. And even the camera modules, for example, even the K4 Note has a 13 megapixel rear-facing camera like this LE1S, and even the front-facing camera is a 5 megapixel for both of them. And before I show you a lot of sample shots, and yes, it can even shoot video at 4K. I'll have a sample later on. I'll show you a lot of sample shots. I've taken a lot of pictures and videos, but before that, let me quickly show you the camera interface. And the camera interface, this is the front-facing camera. Camera interface actually looks like one found on the iPhone. So that's what you get. We have the photo panorama, video mode, and it also has slow motion up to 2x and 4x. That means at 60 FPS and 120 FPS. I did a sample recording with 4x video recording. So this is the photo mode. And again, we have the tap to focus. But one annoying thing that I have noticed is that if you use this tap to focus, as you notice, the exposure just goes haywire. Like this, it's okay. But when you hit the tap to focus, most of the times it will simply overexpose. So I hardly used this one because it was overexposing a lot at times. Moving to the other settings, we have this button. And if you hit this, you get these filters and you get that effect in real time. So that's a nice option. And moving to the settings, if you click here, you have the shutter sound on and off, location, etc. All these regular stuff. And picture mode, you can go to 16:9 or 4:3. I shot it at the highest resolution, that's 13 megapixel. And for video, if you go over here, you can go even up to 4K, as you can see. Now let me actually show you some of the sample shots that I've taken with this device so that you can judge the camera performance. As expected, the pictures that I took in outdoor conditions came out to be actually very good, as you can see from the sample shots. But even macro shots that I took and close-up shots came out actually very well. Now comparing the pictures with the K4 Note, and I feel even the K4 Note actually did very good in outdoor conditions. And I feel the color reproduction was slightly better on the K4 Note. But needless to say, both of these devices do perform actually very well in outdoor conditions. Recording this sample video at 1080p with this LeTv LE1S. It can also do video recording up to 4K. I'll also shoot a sample with 4K. But this is at 1080p. And I'm just going to move around to give you an idea how it handles when we move around. Just going to pan around a little bit. It's a sunny day today. And now I'm just going to walk so that you get an idea how is the video stabilization. So this is the sample video footage at 1080p. Now recording this sample video at 4K, which is the highest resolution offered. And again, we're going to do the same thing. Just going to walk around a little bit. Sky, move down to see how it handles abrupt exposure. And I'm just shooting this handheld. And let me just move around here. And now I'm just going to walk back so that you can judge how is the video stabilization at 4K. Shooting this part of the video with the front facing camera, and I'm just going to move around to give you an idea how it handles abrupt exposure. And as you can see, this is in outdoor conditions. I'll also record a video in indoor conditions with the front facing camera in the later part of the video. These are some sample pictures in indoor conditions and low lighting conditions, and here I feel the LE1S really struggles. You can take some decent shots, but your hands should be really stable, otherwise the pictures might come out to be a little bit blurry. And in these conditions, like in artificial lighting and low lighting situations, I felt that the Lenovo K4 Note did a lot better, which was really surprising. Some more sample shots now. These were taken in completely artificial lighting in my office. Now moving to pictures taken with the front facing camera, it's the same situations. Pictures that we take outdoor come out to be actually very good. But again, in indoor lighting conditions and in semi-indoor conditions, it tends to struggle up quite a bit. And if we compare it with the Lenovo K4 Note, here also I feel the Lenovo K4 Note's front-facing camera did a far better job in artificial and indoor lighting conditions. Now regarding this part of the video again with the front-facing camera, but this isn't completely artificial lighting in my office. I have just one tube light switched on. Let's switch on one more light and see. And this is with two lights. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with the front-facing camera in indoor lighting conditions. So what do I feel about the camera performance of this LeTv LE1S? I would say, considering the price point, it's going to be sold in India for just 11,000 rupees via Flipkart. I'll have the link in the show notes. And for that price, I have to say the camera performance is actually very good. The rear facing camera is actually surprisingly very good. And even for close-up objects, it did manage to focus pretty well. The focusing is very fast, but the issue is that tap to focus when you hit, many times it will actually overexpose. So you have to be very careful about that. But when we move to the front-facing camera, I would say the front-facing camera was sort of average. The pictures came out a little bit soft. And again, in indoor lighting also, the camera performance with the front-facing camera was just okay-ish in my opinion. Yes, it can record video up to 1080p, but the video at 1080p was also a little bit soft to my liking. Again, moving to the rear-facing camera, again, as I told you, outdoor shots came out to be really good. But again, when we move to indoor lighting and artificial lighting, it tends to struggle up quite a bit. That is what I have noticed. And as it does not have any optical image stabilization, you can certainly take some decent shots even in indoor lighting, but you have to have very stable hands. So if you plan to take pictures of kids and pets, it's going to come out most time blurry in my opinion. The Lenovo K4 Note also did actually a very good job. And again, in outdoor conditions, it did well. But in indoor conditions, I have to say, the Lenovo K4 Note surprisingly did a lot better compared to this LE1S, both with the front-facing camera as well as the rear-facing camera in artificial and indoor lighting conditions in my opinion. I'll also be doing the full in-depth review for this LE1S very soon, so stay tuned to my channel, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.